Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Arnon and Naor. I'm from Israel. I'm a singer-songwriter, producer, and I'm the co-chairman of the Musicians Union in Israel.
My name is Pooja. I'm from Bangalore, India. I'm an engineer turned educator. I'm the Gather International Director, and I love the power that people hold to advance social impact. And I literally do everything possible to really get more people into this world of doing the work. And I dance a lot, and I dive whenever I get the chance, because I think fish are wonderful. And I eat a lot.
That's true.
Yeah, I eat a lot. Yeah, well, I'm a teacher. You know, like, it comes. It's like, whatever.
So you guys obviously know each other.
Unfortunately, yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We both met at fellowship, Gather Fellowship in 2018. And my life has not been the same since. Well, you know,
Tell us more.
well, the great thing about the fellowship is really to meet all kinds of people that in no shape or form you would meet in any other place. And Pooja is definitely one of those people. I mean, I don't really see any other situation where we would get to meet, even though we both are very passionate about change making and about communities. And still, the world is a big place, and we live very far away from each other. And yet, here we were in 2018, meeting and connecting. And I think I've been meeting people from all over the world for a long time. Because of my profession, I travel a lot. And yet, sometimes you meet these people, and the connection is so strong and so real. And there's familiarity there that is not a regular thing. You know, there's a difference. And Pooja is one of those people. And she's a very important person in my life, and I love her very much.
How do I trash you back after that? That is hard. We met at the fellowship in 2018. I distinctly remember the moment. Well, I did meet him, but there was a moment of connection that, and I've said this time and again, connection that I felt at past midnight at a chapel, which was pretty deserted in Sigtuna, which is this snowy village in some part of Sweden, where he was with his guitar and just sitting with the gift that you have, which is music, and you were singing a rendition to True Love Will Find You in the End. And that moment found me at one of the most darkest places of my life, professionally and personally. And I remember just sitting and connecting with you over, and just like, for the first time in forever, I felt relieved and seen. And then we started having a conversation. I think I still do. I think that he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. And it was just like a friendship that started like that, which soon turned into like a very much like a family sort of a relationship.
Also in the annoying sense.
In the annoying sense, truly.
Well, no.
Truly. I mean, sure, he's a rock star and he's amazing and he's grounded, and I really I want to grow up and be like him, but I'm not going to tell him that by looking at his face. Like, I love him, he inspires me, but you're annoying.
There is a lot of trash talk.
There's a lot of trash talk, yes. You know,
I don't have that in my life so often. I don't get to trash people or get trashed upon.
So
much.
No, but this is my favorite part.
This person.
I introduce him to people, and I'm like, oh, he's my brother from another mother, and yeah, like, he doesn't get a lot of sun. He's got, that going on. That's the whole thing. But yeah, we've been family ever since. I remember writing a letter to your baby daughter when she was just 5 months in your wonderful wife's tummy. And I remember writing it and just thinking how important you are to me, and just so happy that you're going to be a dad. And it's strange to feel that passionately and intensely for someone you met at a fellowship 2 years ago, just that one time. I'm so happy that life gave me you. So annoying. Ugh.
You know what's amazing is that you guys answer most of our questions.
Who's awesome? We awesome. See? And leave me hanging right there. Oh.
So let's take this about this like such regarding how you see your views on the world moving forward and you both seem like positive a world that is falling deeper into the darkness. I mean, how does having this connection make that play into your future sort of vision of the work you do or of the world of your profession?
So I think if me and Pooja can be such good friends and have this family bond between us, even though we're thousands of miles apart, but also in terms of our communities and our backgrounds, and yet we can have this connection. For me, it just goes to show how much humanity is connected at its core, right? The human experience, it really doesn't matter where you're from. Being a musician, I see that happening every time. I mean, I go to, it could be like Tokyo, it could be like Tel Aviv, or it could be LA. It doesn't matter because the feeling is the same. When we play music together, and there's a performance, there is something that happens in the room, and it doesn't really matter what is the language. There is the universality about it. And I think that's why I'm so positive, because I get to experience that sort of feeling all the time. And I think that's where the hope lies, because yes, the world can be a very, very dark place sometimes, especially where we are, where there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of strife. And yet there is this as well, and I think that's just a proof of where we can be. So it's a reminder of what we can achieve. And I think I take a lot of my optimism from that. Also, her shark suits is one.
It's amazing. Her shark onesies. You are my people. You are my person. And in this world, ever so often, I have come across individuals from different parts of the world who end up being your people. And in a world that is pretty dystopian and hopeless at large, it is these connections and the relations that we hold, that I hold, that gives me any amount of hope. Like that energy to go on, because I don't think whatever we're trying to achieve is possible in our lifetimes. Realistically, I don't think it's possible. And yet we continue to do it day in and day out. It's not the kind of work we leave at the door and walk into families and our personal spaces as, oh, we're happy again. Just like, any other, I would imagine, like corporate work. This is, our work embodies our values stick with us, so our work also sticks with us. And it's exhausting, and what makes it worth it is the joy of having people. And more so often, you're Israeli musician, rock star dude, and I'm like Indian engineer turned educator, worlds apart, and yet we connect. And there's this whole web of connections everywhere in the world, and it makes it feel that no matter who we are, whatever approaches we adopt, etc., we're all working towards the same thing, which makes it seem less lonely and less tiresome. Yeah.
I was just thinking of a moment when I saw did we work together like officially? I don't know.
More like online. You remember the concerts and everything? Yeah.
Like a live stream, and I met
community
and
Yeah. Okay, I have examples. So
I also have examples.
Okay, go first.
Go.
Jump in.
Go.
No, honestly, you were talking and I cut you, so go. The rare times I'm kind to you, use it.
Kapara alaych.
Whatever.
I'm not even gonna translate, just imagine it. I have this distinct recollection of you in Athens I don't even remember this was in the fellowship, this one, in Skaramagas refugee camp in Athens, which is, it's a refugee camp. I mean, even though it's a decent refugee camp and the facilities look okay, it's a refugee camp, and you feel that sadness, and there's a bleakness to the situation which is really apparent. It weighs on your heart, you know. And I remember seeing Pooja there, and she hosted a session with the kids from the refugee camp, all kinds of people from Afghanistan and from Syria, and you were so loving. And it was the first time that I saw you with kids, but also something, you know, elevates in your heart level so much. It opens up something in you, which was so beautiful to witness. You know, I saw, you know, you can read a bio and you can see a video of someone doing their work, and you can hear them talking about their work passionately or non-passionately. But then when you see them actually do it, you know, the room lights up. And that was that moment there. I distinctly remember that as being like, this is who she is. You know, this is what she could bring to the world.
Thank you. I miss kids. It's been a hard 2.5 years with really no contact work, and now I work with adults, which is beautiful in its own way and challenging. And yet, children, young people truly speak to my heart. When we worked together, in fact, we were at Skaramagas because I was doing the dance workshops and everything, and you were doing the lullaby project work. So although that was two different streams, we then came back together to work on a Letters of Love concert. It was a digital concert. I don't even know if you remember, because I keep roping you in for, hey, Non, there's this opportunity to like raise awareness or raise funds, etc.
It's a problem with family, because
you can't say no. So he's just like, okay, Pooj, like let me figure. Yeah, literally, what do you want me to do? Show up and play? Got it. And you've always been there, which is awesome. So Letters of Love is my own nonprofit. We provide psychosocial support to refugee kids, and there was I think this was World Refugee Day 2019 on the June 20th, and you were part of the artist lineup to raise awareness around the cause and raise funds. That was one time we worked together. The other time was very recent. COVID-19 second wave hit India in the worst ways, as the world knows, and we did a day of fundraising because the national capital was running out of oxygen. And it was fundraising and also just like a day of coming together and music and healing for people. And again, I remember I was like, Non, there's this thing. Do you have the time? And you were like, yes. I don't remember a time when we've had to work together where it's been like a conversation. It's always been like, now. And you're like, okay. And that was
because you have this energy, you know. I'm like a chill out dude. Let's face it, right? I'm not. You hear me? Then there's this, right? And it's just some people bring out the giddiness in you.
Yeah.
This is probably the longest we haven't trashed each other.
True.
You know.
That's okay. Let me not ruin it.
The camera to behave.
Which will probably make us trash each other. Oh no, I will not trash you. Okay, what have we learned? What have I learned from you? Oh.
In one sentence.
Oh. Okay, give me like a minute. I want to like articulate it to like one sentence because brevity is not one of my strongest forte, which you know. Okay. This is more on a personal level and much less on a professional level. But it is the personal that breathes into the professional because it makes me a whole person and makes me a better leader, whatever, whoever I am in my professional life. You have helped to keep my faith and love at a time when I didn't think it was even possible. Yeah, and that was through your personality and your music, which are not two distinct things. I feel like it is very much you, like it's just one whole thing. And yeah, you've helped me keep my faith and love. And I'm very grateful. Yeah. You better have a list of things that you've learned from me. List.
I think, I'm sure there's a few things. It's hard on the spot to come up with like a list. I think, and it relates to what I was saying earlier, you've taught me how joy could be a weapon, and a beautiful weapon, you know? I know weapon is a loaded word, and I use it intently, you know? Because the energy that you bring into a room and into a work environment or personal environment, that sort of thing, you know? I haven't seen it manifested in the world ever as you do it. And it's such a high energy, high loving energy, high joyfulness. You know, I remember it from the first Zoom that we had as a Gather Fellowship.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this person lighting up the street? Everybody's like, and there's Pooja, you know, like, you know. And it was so powerful, even on a Zoom call. So in real life, it's like 40 times bigger. And I think, you know, it's a very telling thing. And for me, it helped kind of like understand the power of that, you know, in any situation, be it a personal or business, especially for leaders, people who are trying to make a change, to bring that sort of joy into the room when you can. And I feel sometimes you can do it because you know you need to. And, you know, it's like a machine almost, you know, it's like, it's a power that you harness. And I think I learned that from you. I'm not as good as you, for sure, but I think you've introduced me into that.
Thank you. Wow, I was like...
Word of my heart.
Should we hand wrestle now?
Do it. Yeah?
You have a secret handshake?
Yola. No, we don't have a secret handshake, but ready? Okay, I have short hands. You have to like, okay. 3, 2. Wait, you're joking, right? You cannot be this. Yeah!